Assalamu alaikum. Welcome. Thank you for hopping into my medicine bag, baby. Come on, let's unpack. My name is Nasra. My pronouns are they, them. I am a spiritualist, an artist, a cultural worker, and I am very grateful that you're here for a little message. I pull from a lot of different spiritualities. So I hope that your mind is open to receiving the messages as they come. The intention of serving our highest good. As above, so below, as within, so without. I mean. Spirit, friends, and family, the Most High, please give me the messages that are most relevant to the collective coming across this video today. May the algorithm bring this message to exactly who it's meant for. Keep in mind, this is a collective reading, collective girl. So if there are some details that just don't sit right with you, you don't have to take them. And please note that whatever energy you share with me is sent back tenfold. Not on no ping pong shit. Just on some reciprocity shit. 3 card spirit. What does the collective coming across this video need to know? The intention of just passing the solstice. New moon approaching. What do you have for us? 3 cards. Okay. So we have the 8 of Wands in reverse. Crowning. Knight of Wands. 7 of Swords. Queen of Swords. Just tickety tap tap in, honey. Okay. So slow down. Slow down, my brother. Slow down. Whenever we hit this like 6 months, it's June as I'm recording this, but all readings are timeless. Whenever it comes to you, it is meant for you. But there is this energy of I'm hearing getting too big for your britches. I don't speak like that, so whoever that's relevant to. But it kind of does have this like this not so supportive energy around it. You might be grappling with what might fall by the wayside if you slow down the way that you actually want to slow down. This kind of like getting too big for your britches is like this external energy that's kind of commenting on like the fact that it might be noticeable that you are struggling, or that if you were to scale back the way you need, some people might think that you're struggling, or and you might have had people in the past like this kind of getting too big for your whatever energy, who didn't like allow you to struggle or didn't allow you to slow down or rest. If you had parents that like whenever they saw you sitting down, it was like, what? I remember having to go through that with my mom, but this kind of sense of I don't want to look like I'm giving up or that I'm failing or that I'm not actually as capable as I know I can be. Like I can do this. Um some of the like thoughts around like I'm like again foundational thoughts and beliefs around what kind of person you are if you don't fulfill the tasks that make an adult. I'm hearing that qualify you for adulthood. This kind of sense of defensiveness that can happen when like you're fucking exhausted and you want to do less, but then there's all these questions around like, but how will this and how will that and who will this and what will that? There's that's kind of like a overall um energy that I'm sensing, and this with the 8 of Wands in reverse, and then the Knight of Wands is this kind of youthful, passionate, driven, creative, um it like instigator, like, and not in the terms of like conflict, but like this person, like if nobody else is stepping up to the place, like the Knight of Wands is the wands out of, the swords and the the more logical people or the more like practical people, the earth signs, or the more emotional people, like the Knight of Wands is kind of act now. I did think about it a little bit, but I'll think about more later. um and this is the energy that we kind of actually, okay, yeah, this is the energy that spirit wants for us to embody, but not in the ways that we have, where this kind of power and force and creativity and direction and almost like ambition, or like also me playing with my hair is a stim, like it helps me process messages, so I'm not just like hyper vain. I do have Leo rising though, so she's a part of it, girl. But this not embodying this, there's a word I'm literally looking for, but this is the action oriented energy for other people and for things that don't directly improve your immediate sense of well-being, not just like make your ego feel good or make you like da da da, but like help you eat more, like help you eat better or more, help you, you know regulate your emotions, sleep better, the kind of decisive action that is taken on your behalf, and like your authentic self's behalf, that is actually harder to do, because we're bred to be subservient to a capitalist regime. You know what I mean? Like it's not um the skills we've learned have been to serve things that are not us, especially if you're any type of extra spicy marginalized. So I'm getting this like there's also kind of a boldness and a selfishness to the Knight of Wands, um that when aligned, can really take the things that the page of wands learned, the step before, the studying, the exploring, the kind of testing things out, like kind of being, in class doing the experiments before you go out and do one in the field or whatever, like that was the page. And it came, like, the page is a very humble place to come from, right? um they've gone through all the, like, basics with the one of the ace of wands all the way through to the point where they're now, like, in the court, going to, like, further their mastery. This is, the page is like the first step into that master position over a certain element, a certain aspect of our consciousness. And especially how it shows up in the day to day, right? It's not, these are not major arcanas. So, like, how our character is being built, and how this, like, passionate root chakra, sacral chakra, like, aspects of us, how they're our creative centers, how they're showing up in our day to day character and habit. That's But we're coming into this mastery place where now the page moves into this knight of wands. So they're saying this is an opportunity to, like, look back at all the things that have, like, put you in the position to actually have the authority to make those jumps, and to say, I'm actually gonna do this for me. Like, appreciate what you studied and da da da, but, like, I spent my time, I did my hours in class, I did it, and now I want to go do something about it. I know it's not gonna be perfect, but it's, like, kind of like that, like, early 20s, late teens, where you just think you know everything. You think you know it because it's your first time, like, leaving childhood, proper, and so you kind of have to have the audacity to make bold moves, but not really know how they're gonna turn out. Like, you're being told as a young teen, as a older teen and young adult, to, decide the work you're gonna do for the rest of your life. And it's like, so yesterday I had to ask to go to the bathroom, but today I know where I'm going. Like, I know who I am. I know what I want. No. But it is a marker that says, like, in your timeline, that says, but this is your chance to go and figure that out. And only you can do that. Only you have your heart in your body. I was with a client today and we were talking about, like, you actually, everyone is at the center of their own universe. So is we share this collective dream, we share this collective universe, but, like, for who is in charge, we all have our own responsibility of our own collective universe, and we're at the center of it, and it's our job. And so anybody that is like, come to my center, my universe, help me center, fine, go to my center, like, serve my center, it's not gonna work. It's unnatural, and that's when we feel a lot of dis-ease in our body, and resentment and anger, and, like, I wish I could just, I wish I could just, this exhaustion of using a lot of this wand creative force to go in directions that you're not all too much, like, leading. um it can cause a lot of deceptive, shady um behavior. And this card, like, it doesn't mean you have to be, like, in the middle of the night, like, turning into a fucking bandit, but it can create um more space for our shadow than our shadow's meant to take up, because we're tired of being pulled into the illusions of others, the illusions of um what it'll take to get peace on earth, right? the illusions around what it'll take, what actions it'll take to make sure people are housed, to um uh uh you know, protect mothers overall, but like, you know, what paid maternity leave can, like, how we can make that happen. There's a lot of, walk with me, but there's a lot of collective uh like disorientation around the things that matter to us, that we're passionate about, and how they're being handled in the systems around us. And then internally, how we've adopted those systems to then start pushing our own dreams and our own ideas and intellect and um um you know, visions for our world, like pushing it to the side and being like, but they're the government, or but they're my mom, or but they're my partner, or but that's my kid, that, or this my teacher said. Kind of, again, every conversation I have with y'all is always going to come back to um how can we like nurture our sense of personal authority so that we can continue to like to continue to create our life, um from the micro to the macro, right? It can be really disorienting and really tempting to try and like hone in, even as we're saying I want to focus on myself, to start to like focus on ourselves in the ways that we've been taught, which usually means like a dismemberment from somebody else or from something else. I just got to get out of there. I just got to get it out of there. And this is coming from hermit of all hermits. I have been in my dark night for the last like 3-4 years, and it has meant removing myself, but where am I removing myself and then putting myself? That matters too. If I'm going to remove myself from a sense of a social this or that obligation, where am I deepening that? If that's what I don't want, what do I want? Because it's not enough to just say like this, they're fucking this up, and I, you know, there's no hope for this, or they're too toxic, I can't. That's the thing. And also, so what is healthy for you? What How would you like to be talked to by your doctor? Like, ideally. You know, what because having the world around you influence you is that's a natural phenomenon. That's what it is. We're all connected. Um so how can we move away from like needing to hide our business and hide our sorrows and exhaustion and hide our and self isolate, to figure it out? I just need to lock in. I just need to lock in. Lock into what? Because the Queen of Swords, she is a very specific, that's a bad bitch, like, but she knows in a very real way what is realistic for her and what is not. She has been scorned. She has been scorned, and while she hasn't fully become bitter, she is informed by her past, right? And this continues to extend not just the past of her, but her ancestors, the past of, you know, the land that she's on, right? She has this snake around her neck. Snake representing, you know, transformation and deep alchemy, but also like a a incredible connection to the earth, the whole body on the ground, belly to the ground, listening to the intricacies and the changes in the environment around it That's where a lot of this ancient wisdom through the serpent comes from, is the everything, but it requires a centeredness that is okay with cutting out the bullshit, even when it comes to you and you, and being able to neutrally, not even a place of like really nurturing the emotions of how it happened or this or that, but neutrally understand I am love, I am consciousness, I am everything, I am beyond this physical reality. I always have been, but I'm here embodied to learn something that my soul needs to learn, that can only be learned through the container of life and death. I'm hearing the Eight of Swords too now. This sense of stuckness. She has a blindfold, but it's like light, it's light in the wind. But she's surrounded by all of these swords, but she could really just take the sword that's like in front of her and cut herself out of the thing. Um, where are we not feeling empowered to change our circumstance? And how can we objectively, without all the story around the circumstance, objectively say, is this somewhere I'm safe to continue in? Yes, no, period. If it's a yes, why? Is it safe? Why is it working? Why do you feel good? If it's a no, what are we going to do to get you out of there? I don't even need to know the why for the no. All I need to know is what are we doing? And where do you need to take away your genius and problem solving energy? Where do we need to take it from somewhere else where it might not belong, so that you have it, your executive function, whatever it is, your optimism that you might be pouring into somebody else to get them out of this or get them out of that, so that you feel good because they're good. We're going right to the source. When can you say, I need my optimism right now? I want to share it with you, but I need it for myself. I need my problem solving skills right now. I know you need to figure out how to get that health coverage, but I also need to figure out how to get this health coverage. It's not selfish. It's genuinely your responsibility. And there's a lot of support right now that's saying, we want you to feel empowered to say no, as much as we want you to feel empowered to say, like, hell yeah. And when you're not saying no, your hell yeahs are few and far between. It's usually like, yeah, okay. It's lackluster. A good no, even if it's a quiet one, will still leave you more room to have some yeses that you really mean. And no matter what anyone is trying to tell you is your responsibility, I offer you this practice to help energetically feel and practice hearing if that's true or not. The affirmation is, I, so and so, Nasra, call back my energy, my power, my focus, and my responsibility from all places it does not belong, clean and clear. Ashe. And so it is. Amen. Aho. Amen. But you call back that energy. Close your eyes. Call back my energy, power, focus, responsibility. From all places it doesn't belong, cleansed and cleared. I mean, you visualize it coming to you. All your energy in all the places, and that person's this, and this person's that, and over in that country, and over in the day. Call it back. Imagine it, visualize it coming back into you. Nice and clean and clear. Whatever it picked up over there, whatever in your lineage it picked up, let it drop. Your energy is yours. You can finish off by creating a nice little juicy bubble around yourself of a protective and expressive energy, a color that makes you feel like you're protected, but like you also got some boldness. Whatever that color combo is, that colorway, seal it in like a little egg, girl. And then go back and ask yourself if that thing that you didn't know to say yes, no, da 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 to, see if it's a little clearer after that. You can use it whenever you want. I do it every morning, every night, sometimes a few times in the middle if shit is getting wacky. Take a nice deep breath in with me and out. I trust you. And I hope you can trust you. With the same motherfucking energy. Happy solstice. Pray for Sudan. Pray for Palestine, for all indigenous people. May the land be freed as we are. I mean.